So it is Future China here. I just wanted to stop by and say that I will be starting a new series here on my YouTube channel called Transparent C. The C obviously being me. And it would just be me like being vulnerable with you guys, me like sharing things that I went through and how I like overcame them. This right here will be the first episode, so go ahead and watch. It's about to start now. Hey guys. So today's video is basically like just me being like vulnerable with you guys about my mental health and where it stands, what I'm going through. I like to talk about things I'm going through because one, I am like someone who believes that like getting it out will help you to feel better. And so we're just gonna get right into it. Okay, so I just want to make this clear. I have not been like professionally diagnosed with anything. My therapist has not diagnosed me with anything, and I'm not going to see a psychiatrist. But from research, and I guess like to give you guys an idea of like what I resonate with the most. So I am someone who I believe struggles from high functioning depression and anxiety. Disclaimer, I'm gonna be everywhere because my thought process is just not even clear to me. So I don't know how I can make it clear to y'all. Like, I'm not gonna promise that. Another thing that's bothering me is my like generational family like trauma. So for one, I just gotta say, like, I love that this generation like woke up to generational traumas so that we don't bring it on to our children, our grandchildren, and so on. However, being the sole person to break generational curses has got to be like the absolute hardest job as a family member. So anyone out there breaking generational curses in your family, like, to you, for real. Because when I tell you, so my family is very like, they pride themselves on working. They pride themselves on like what they think is right. And they very much so pride themselves on how other people think about them. With that being said, like, I sat back and realized one day that I'm like very like multifaceted. If I'm interested in something or I find something, like find a new interest, I will Google and YouTube it until my eyes bleed. I will teach myself how to do it at home and I will learn how to do it. So when I've come to my family about things like any type of interest, it doesn't have to even be like career based, just interest in general. Like if it wasn't anything that was helping my college career, my actual career, something I could take with me in life, in their opinion, it wasn't supported. So it's like if I came home and I was like, yo, like, I am in photography class, like I really like photography. Like my parents never asked me like if I wanted a camera, if I wanted to go to a museum, like I can't even, it was never anything like that. I don't know if I can hear my voice, like it's starting. I don't do the crying thing, so if it starts, it will be a brief interlude, a brief intermission. So it's just certain things I'm noticing like that is difficult to like swallow, to like deal with, to like be okay with, I guess you could say. Aside from that, like communication styles from my parents were more like verbally abusive. Okay, the intention was there. The intention was positive. I'm not gonna say like they literally came from a place of like trying to hurt me, because that's, well, one of them at least. I don't believe that my father like how can I say this? I don't think that my father tries to cause me like lifelong trauma, if that makes sense. I do, however, believe that there are times where he's upset and he might say or do things to hurt me, like in that moment, because he's hurt about something and he wants me to like feel the way he feels. My father like projects a lot of like his insecurities on the people around him. So there are a lot of times that I've been like verbally like beaten up, but it's been like stuff like he's going through, like I'm not even going through it. And just over time, when it's like there's so many things that I'm like trying to do
And even just like finding myself, it's like something always ends up being an issue. But in reality, it's because like you have a lot of issues with yourself. Like, not because you have a lot of issues with me, because I didn't even do anything to you, you know? And while like I have the like self-awareness to know that stuff, it's still like, it's like you would hope that if anyone, like your parents, could at least say that like one time kind of thing, you know? Not to say like he wasn't proud of, like I said, like grades and stuff. Like I got praise, but it was only for things like they wanted me to do. And that's basically like what I'm getting at. And then also just like, I don't ever like disagree with my family or my parents and then like go out of my way to like hurt them or show like disloyalty to them. So when that's like done to me, it's difficult for me to, again, like swallow and deal with and just kind of like move on, like, because you hurt my feelings, you meant to hurt my feelings, there's not much I could say or do to like change that, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like I kind of just have to like sit here and be hurt, if that makes sense, you know, or just like get over it. Like I don't have a way to like help myself not be hurt when people that's supposed to care about me go out of their way to hurt me. Like, you know, like I don't know how else to describe it, but it's like there are people that I guess at their certain age or time or whatever, they like shut off certain feelings, so it's easier for them to like not be hurt. But I'm like a very like vulnerable and open person, and I really tried not to be shut out because I don't want to like form that like behavioral pattern if I'm gonna be like someone's wife and parent. I don't want to tell myself it's okay to shut down about like my own stuff, like singularly, thinking it's not gonna affect when I'm dealing with other people, because that's not the case. And then honestly, like from my mother's side, that's just a whole shit show. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna get into it. I don't know how I feel really about like opening up about that one, like that particular situation. It was just her not caring was blatant, and that's also just something that is difficult for me to swallow because I'm 27 years old. I found this out when I was at the end of my 25th year, and it's not like I found it out like she told me. I found it out like things just like kind of came out kind of thing, or just like her actions spoke volumes towards, so to speak, and I kind of like 1 + 2 = 3. It just really like had me sit, all of this together basically just had me like sit back and really think about how the choice wasn't taken away from me per se. Like if I give you the choice of this new, fresh, shiny picked red apple or this rotten, nasty, dropped in the dumpster garbage apple, like I didn't take the choice away from you, but then it's like, why would you choose the bad one? Like, I don't know what that's called, but why would you choose the bad one? You wouldn't. So technically, you don't really have a choice because you're gonna pick the good one. Like, it's like, why would you, you know, I don't know what that's called, but that is a big like theme in my adult life, I could say. Because like I chose to not have relationships with my parents at the moment, but it's like if like the other side of having the relationship would just still like continue to be put through like the emotional trauma that I've already been put through, like why would I do that? So but then it's like me choosing not have the relationship is like people think like I'm just choosing it and it's like all fine and dandy, when it's like in actuality like no, like I wish I had parents, like I wish I had people I could call parents. When people can confidently speak about how much their parents love them and show it, and then I am just like crickets, it's difficult it's just difficult. I notice like helping people is like my thing, if that makes sense. I love to help people, but I also like to be like a voice. Like I want to like speak out about things like this, like speak out about mental health and let people know like it's okay to feel certain ways, like it's okay to like not be 100. I saw this post from this mom and she was like that her 100% changed ever since having a baby. And I like to think that you shouldn't have to like lose everything for someone to like care that you're upset. So the video goes, basically she was saying like, you know, before she had her kid, like she was giving 100% to everything, and Now that she has her kid, her 80% goes to her kid and her 20% goes to like everything else. So everything that was getting 100 is now only getting 20. And it's basically like getting at the fact that like her new 20% is her 100% now. Like that's, if she wakes up and you could get 20% out of her, that's the 100 that you're about to get, like, period. I hope that y'all follow me with in what I'm trying to say. But like what my 100% looked like when I was like 16, 18, even 21, like it doesn't look anything like my 100% now at 27. And I'm like getting choked up because I've always been somebody that like is a doer. Like, and it's like now at the point in my life where I lost my job, I lost my car, and my 100% is very much looking like 20%. And it's like I tend to like beat myself up because I don't have a child who's taking the 80%. Like, I don't have like an excuse, but it's like I should not need an excuse. Like, I should be allowed to like go through shit. Like how people like equate like depression to like suicide or like cutting yourself. It's like, I've never cut myself a day in my life. Does that make my depression any like less hurtful than someone that has? Maybe. Like, it shouldn't. Like, that you shouldn't like push the narrative like that I have to like harm myself or be suicidal to be important, like for my sadness to be important, you know? I just haven't felt heard, I guess, in a while. And I'm just like struggling with like the basic daily tasks. Now it's like I don't want to say like my turn, but it's my time, I guess, to like be needy. And I don't have people to like reach out to. If you sat and like listened to me ramble and be vulnerable, I love you. I like making my hearts like this now. And thank you for listening. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one.